What's going on, guys? Just here back to my channel, and tonight, well, very late tonight, is for AEW's homecoming, and AEW just turned 5 years old this month, in the beginning of January of 2019 when when they announced it, but I kind of missed it. But later on, I remember, well, gonna be 5 years for AEW's um. There were another pay per view, which is their first pay per view. I remember 2019, and man, it was so fucking good, man. I enjoyed it when John Moxley came out towards the end. Oh man, lost my shit, man. I was so fucking happy because I remember he left WWE that same year and then went to AEW and stuff, and I was like, oh, when he showed AEW, I was like, holy shit, like, cause man, cause he was Dean Ambrose in WWE, and then now he's John Moxley in AEW. So yeah, it was fucking badass, man. I remember everything in the early days of AEW and stuff. I missed the 2018 All In, which I didn't know about until later on. So yeah, it was good, and I enjoyed it. All the periods, some are good and some are bad, but are they gonna be perfect? No. So yeah, so this is the homecoming stuff, and so here we go. All right, Excalibur welcomes us to the show as the camera pans the home venue for AEW Daly's plays in Jacksonville, Florida. The theme for Hangman Page hits, and out comes the popular fan favorite AEW original to a loud pop. Hangman Page settles in the ring, and his music dies down. The entrance tune for Claudio Castagnoli hits, and out comes his opponent from the Blackpool Combat Club. He makes his way into the ring, and his music dies down. The bell sounds off, and Here we go with this week's opening contest. Fans immediately break out and cowboy shit chants as Page takes it to Castagnoli. Straight out the gate, the action spills out to the floor where Castagnoli starts take over. Castagnoli taunts the crowd as Page is down and out on the floor. Heyman gets in a long shot, then brings Claudio into the ring as fans rally behind him with loud "Let's go Heyman" chants. He works over Claudio for another minute before the BCC member blatantly rakes the eyes to shift the offensive momentum and back in his favor. After some more back and forth action over the next few minutes, Page sends Claudio to the floor. I hope I said that right, of cowboy shit, then slingshots over the top rope and splashes onto him. At ringside, he continues to being bound on the floor and then stops to take a gulp of ringside. Fans bear back in the ring, and Claudio catches Page with a big counter shot. As Castagnoli starts to take back over the control of the offense, we shift gears and head into a mid-match commercial break. As our opening contest continues, when we return from the break, we see Page and Castagnoli duking it out on the floor, on the floor at ringside until Page backs way up. He gets a full head of steam start and clotheslines Claudio back into the ring with authority. He then looks from his buckshot lariat finisher, but Claudio counters by launching him in the air and catching him on the way down with a vicious European uppercut. He goes for the cover, but Page kicks out after the counter two. The two end up on the floor again moments later, with Claudio catching Page in an impressive display of strength. He runs him into the barricade and pulls, but then goes to the well and one too many times. As Page counters in mid-sprint with a twist around DDT to Claudio face first on the floor. Page follows that up with a big moonsault to Claudio on the floor. Fans loudly chant AEW, AEW as Page brings Claudio back into the ring. Page hits a big tombstone piledriver on Claudio for a close near fall attempt. Claudio fights back and pummels Page with repeated forearms. Claudio continues to bombard Page with forearm after forearm blow until he is slumped over in the corner. Page hits a big counter move with seconds later. He goes for the cover. Claudio kicks out just in time. Fans chant AEW, AEW again as Page leaps into another uppercut from Claudio. Both guys end up on the ropes and the corner. Claudio looks for a big avalanche powerbomb off the top rope, but Heyman counters in mid move and hits a Hurricanrana to bring Claudio off the ropes and back onto the mat. He hits his buckshot lariat finisher and then hits it a second time for the win in a great opener. So yeah, Heyman Page defeated Casanoli. Alright, looking back at the late great Brody Lee, after the opener wraps up, Excalibur introduces a special tribute video package in honor of the late great Brody Lee. We see highlights of his AEW career, including key moments from his work at Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. Among the highlights shown are him winning the TNT Championship. Excalibur informs us there will be 2 8-man tag team tribute matches in honor of Brody Lee later tonight. We head to another commercial break after this wraps up. So yeah, Brody Lee match, Adam Copeland, Orange Cassidy, Dusty Rhodes, and Princeton Vance versus Lance Archer, Brian Cage, and the Gates of Agony, which is the second match. When we return from the break, we are greeted back inside Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida, to the familiar sounds of Orange Cassidy's theme music. Out comes the freshly squeezed AEW International Champion with his title and his book back as always. He settles in the ring to a big pop. Now the theme hits for the first of 3 partners for our first of 2 8-man tag team matches, tribute matches in honor of Brody Lee. As Preston Vance makes his way out, the commentators inform us of Preston Vance's history with Brody Lee and the Dark Order. The theme for a true pro wrestling legend hits next as the natural Dustin Rhodes makes his way out to a big pop from Jacksonville crowd. He heads to the ring and settles inside as his engine dies down. Adam Copeland's theme hits next, and out comes the Radar Superstar. Fans go bonkers for Adam Copeland's debut inside AEW's headquarters of Daily Place. Copeland heads to the ring to the clear-cut, loudest pop of the night thus far. He settles inside the ring alongside his partners for our next match of the evening. Orange Cassidy, Preston Vance, and Dustin Rhodes, all after the 4 members of the first team finish up their respective ring entrances. The theme for their opponents hits, and out comes Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony. The trio head to the ring together, with their music stopping halfway down the ramp. The theme for the Murder Hawk monster Lance Archer hitting. Out comes the massive Archer with pro wrestling legend Jake the Snake Roberts by his side. A lot of talent and around the ring right now, Jacksonville, Florida, with the ring entrances and the river mirror. The bell rings and we're officially off and running with this one. Kicking things off for the respective teams are Dustin Rhodes and Toa Leoa. Hope I said that right. The Gates of Agony member muscles the natural and sets the early offensive lead for his team. He tag out and brings in Brian Cage. The Machine hits some shots and then tags in Bishop Khan. Cassidy tags in and hits a high spot on the floor as we head into a mid-match commercial break. When we return, we see all hell break loose with hitting high spots, leading into the big finish. In the end, Preston Vance manages to pick up the win for his team to wrap up an exciting 8-man tag team match to honor the late Brody Lee. Fans chant Brody, Brody after the match was as we head to another commercial break. So winners are M. Copeland, Orange Cassidy, Dustin Rhodes, and Preston Vance. Backstage with the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. As we saw back from the break, Renee Paquette is backstage with Bullet Club Gold when the Acclaimed and Daddy Az walk up. The two groups are friendly at first, but end up getting into a bickering contest. Max Caster tries calming things down by again pointing at uh, point out how they don't have to be friends, but they should work together. Anthony Bowens blurs out a potential name for them as he says the Bang Bang Sister Gang, Super Faction, Bullet Club Gold says they'll let them know and to stay by their phones. Next up, we have Samoa Joe, confirmed by Swerve Strickland and Heyman Page and Hook. So yeah, this is not a match. So this is a promo match. Let me get this drink real quick. Excuse me. Back inside the Days place, the theme hits to bring out the AEW World Champion. Samoa Joe heads to the ring, to chants, of Joe. He settles inside square circle for his first ever AEW on TBS appearance at Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. Samoa Joe starts off by saying his name in Samoa Joe. He points out that he's hold on guys. I'm sorry, this thing is not working. That he's the AEW World Champion, and then he talks about how with his championship reign is going to come some changes to the contender process. Joe says no longer will contenders have to come out and whine on the microphone about wanting a shot at the title, nor do they have to talk their whole asses post on social media. That's true. Complaining and trying to get opportunities. He says now you'll just come to ring with your win/loss record and take your case to a championship committee for review. Before he can wrap up the mic, the theme for Shane Swerve Strickland hits, and out comes the entire group of the Mogul Embassy. Press Nana does his goofy ass but super entertaining dance as the group settles on the entrance stage. Swerve Strickland talks about being in Duval, prompting a loud Duval chant. From the Jacksonville crowd, he says this is his house and makes it clear that he's coming for the title. Swerve ends up getting in the ring in Joe's face and says if he wants to make things personal, he'd be happy to. The two stare each other down, and then the theme for Heyman Page hits. Out comes Heyman Page for the second time in hour one here tonight after beating Claudio Castagnoli in our opening match. Heyman Page gets in Swerve's face, and the two talk about their recent personal history and having some words. Joe gets back on the mic. The two leave, and then as Joe goes to exit the ring as well, the theme for Hook hits, and out comes the FTW champion. Hook steps in the ring and immediately gets right in Joe's face. The two go nose to nose as fans chant Hook, 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 and the commentators boast his 28-1 win/loss record. Hook off mic holds up one finger and says 1 week. Walks off, exits the ring and heads to the back. Alright, Renee Paquette with Timeless Tony Storm, Maria May, and Luther the Butler. We head backstage after that wraps us up and we see the remarkable Renee Paquette standing by the AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Storm, Tony Storm. Luther, the Butler, and Maria May. Paquette talks about May's successful debut last week and the debut of the uh, Virtuosa Diona Perazzo. Hope I said the first name right. Storm asks if May had an arm drag, but Paquette tries to clear things up and inform her about Perazzo when she mentions the new signing Storm interrupts her and blurts out Wendy Richter. Uh, after Paquette informs her it was Perazzo, Storm simply changed the subject and ended with her tits up line. Maria has to remind her that watch for the shoot and is her next line. Storm says May stepped on her line and walks off in a huff as Luther laughs and Paquette looks at the camera and smirks. Okay, thank goodness she didn't throw a shoe at Renee because I've been funny. Okay, third match. Back in Daly's place, we head back to the ring. The Dapper Yapper, Justin Roberts, begins the formal ring introductions for our next match of the evening, which will be Singles Showdown. The AEW men's division. The theme for Sammy Guevara hits and comes the Spanish God. The commentator talks about Guevara and his lit Sex Gods tag team partner and friend Chris Jericho having an AEW tag team championship opportunity in Street Fight at AEW Battle of the Belts, which is this Saturday, which will be AEW Collision first and then Battle of the Belts this Saturday against Big Bill and Guevara's opponent for this one. Absolute Ricky starts after the bell sounds. We get this one officially off and running immediately. These two start flying all over the place with fast-paced, high-impact offense. Following the few more minutes of back-and-forth action, we see Guevara look for GTS, only for Starks to avoid it. Starks look for the Rochambeau, but Guevara counters and hits back-to-back kicks before rolling Starks for the pinfall victory. Once the match wraps up, Guevara celebrates in the corner as Starks is down and eventually recovers, and we see Guevara lean down and shake Starks' hand as Excalibur talks about their history with each other predating the launch of AEW. Things turn ugly, however, as Guevara is attacked from behind Bill. Chris Jericho comes out and makes the save, beating down Big Bill, and the four guys brawl through the crowd in an interesting move. Juice Priest in my mind continues to play, and the commentator promote the street fight with these four for the AEW Tag Team Championships at this Saturday's Battle of the Belts special. At the Collision on TNT, AEW isn't taking chances on crowd reactions with Jericho yet due to rumors. Alright, so Sammy Guevara won. Alright, this is the fourth match. Hold on, let me count, guys. Sorry about that. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is the third match we're on. Alright, so Broly tribute match. Chris Stanlander, Thunder Rosa, Willow Nightingale, and Anna Jay versus Soraya, Ruby Soho, and Julia Hart and Sky Blue. We head to another commercial break after the post-match scene following the Starks Guevara bout. When we return, Willow Nightingale's theme hits. She comes out, and then Chris Stanlander comes out with Stokely Hathaway blatantly tagging behind her as she continues to try and recruit her to join his squad. There are two partners for our second Broly 8-man tag team tribute match come out Next, as Anna Jay and former AEW Women's Champion Thunder Rosa comes out. After the first four teams settles in the ring, the theme for Saraya hits, and out she comes, accompanied by Ruby Soho. Sky Blue is out next, and then finally TBS Women's Champion Julia Hart comes out after the four women heel team settles in the ring. The bell sounds, and now we're officially off and running with this one. Ruby Soho, get closer. Ruby Soho and Anna Jay kick things off for the respective teams as the commentators reminded everyone of their story and history. In AEW, Statlander tags in and hits a big spot on Soho, and then she tags Jay back in. Jay hits a couple shots and then tags in Willow Nightingale. Thunder Rosa tags in next and picks up where her three teammates left off. Taking to Soho as fans chant Thunder Rosa, Thunder Rosa, we see some double team action from the heel team. That allows Soho to take over on the fence. She beats down Rosa in the corner, but then Rosa starts to fight back into competitive form. Will Nightingale tags in, but is tripped by Harding Cameron at ringside, which allows the heels to shift the offensive momentum in their team's favor. On that note, we shift gears and head into a mid-match commercial as our women's Brody Lee tribute bout continues. When we return, Jay gets the queen for the win. So yeah, Chris Statlander, Dawn Rosa, Willow Nightingale, and then Jay won. Alright, fourth match. Roderick Strong versus Brian Keith. The theme song for the Undisputed hits, and out comes Adam Cole, Wardlow, Roderick Strong, and ROH World Tag Team Champions Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. They settle in the ring where Roderick Strong will be competing in singles competition. Already in the ring, his opponent for this one-on-one showdown here at AEW Dynamite Homecoming, Brian Keith. The bells sounds, and we're officially off and running with this one. The commentators talk about neck safety and being neck strong. I lost my thing. Neck strong as Strong beats down Keith from pillar to post. Keith gets in a few kicks, but beyond that, that Strong pretty much dominates this one from beginning to end, and once what essentially amounted to a squash match. After the bout, Adam Cole and the rest of the Undisputed Kingdom come into the ring for a post-match promo. Adam Cole talks about how the Undisputed Kingdom are taking over. He mentions how the AEW International Championship is as good as Roderick Strong's and sings praises of Matt Taven and Mike Bennett as the best ROH World Tag Team Champions of all time. He closes by saying, when the time is right, we, Wardlow and himself, presumably are going to win the AEW World Championship. He finishes up with one more closing line, and then he and the rest of the group pose in the ring to end the brief post-match promo segment. So yeah, Roger Strong won the match. Diona Perazzo's AEW in-ring debut announced. We shoot backstage where Renee Paquette is standing by with the newest addition to the AEW women's division, the Verdosa Diona Perazzo. She talks about her making her last week and offers some comments for Timeless Tony Storm and Maria May before announcing her AEW in-ring debut. The former ROH Women's and Impact Knockouts champion announces she will be making her AEW in-ring debut on this Saturday night's episode of AEW Collision. Before she finishes up, walks Red Velvet, who also announces she will be making her Collision in-ring debut this Saturday. A match is made between the two. We head to another commercial break. So, Texas Tornado Tag Team Main Event: Sting and Darby Allin versus Powerhouse Hobbs and Konosuke Takeshita. Hope I said that right. Alright, this is the fifth and final match of the night. Alright, I'm trying to go back. I'm sorry, guys. When we return for commercial break, we head back into Daily's place in Jacksonville, Florida, where the Dapper Yabber Justin Roberts begins with his formal ring introduction for our final match of the evening. Here at the special annual Aew Dynamite Homecoming show, the theme for the Don Callis family hits and out comes Powerhouse Hobbs and Kanoshi Takeshita, accompanied by Don Callis for our scheduled Texas Tornado Tag Team match event of the evening. They settle in the ring and their music dies down. Now the theme for the Nature Boy hits, and out comes Ric Flair to a huge pop and tons of woos from the Jacksonville crowd. He waits as as his music cuts off and the theme for Sting hits. Out comes the icon for his Jacksonville swan song as Tony Schiavone does his trademark "It's Sting" introduction on the commentary. Sting and Darby Allin make their way out and head down to the ring where the bell sounds, and we get this Texas Tornado Tag Team main event officially off and running. WWE Hall of Fame legend and AEW broadcast team member Jim Ross joins Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and Taz on the call for our final match of the evening. We see Sting and Hobbs fight over to one part of the Days Place venue, duking it out with the Don Callis family member as they battle through the crowd elsewhere. Elsewhere in the building. We see Darby Allin and Kanoshi exchanging rapid fire shots back and forth. After some more back and forth action, Excalibur reminds us that AEW has been granted a special 5-minute overrun for tonight's broadcast on TBS. And then we head into a mid commercial break as our Texas Tornado Tag Team main event of the annual Aew Dynamite Homecoming special continues as we settle back in from our final commercial break time out of the evening. We see Ric Flair has gotten physically involved in the mix as he jumps into a ring and helps out Sting with the massive Don Callis family duo. His involvement helps buy Sting enough time to recover and fire back up on offense as he hits a pair of stinger splashes in the corner. 4 big pops from the crowd. The camera pans up to the top of the entrance ramp where we see Allin hit with the big shot by Takeshita. Takeshita looks to run and splash onto Allin, but Allin moves and Takeshita hits part of the set with authority. Allin begins climbing up the giant screens at the top of the entrance. He is way up there. Without hesitation, he leads backwards and connects with the coffin drop on Takeshita. We hear an insanely loud and very well deserved "Holy shit" chant. Allin barely hit Takeshita and took nearly the entirety of the bump on the stage from way up above backwards insanity. Now we see Hobbs scoop Sting and throw him over his shoulder. He walks on top the catwalk in the building, but Sting escapes and connects with the Scorpion Death Drop off the stage to put Hobbs through a table below. The fans once again react with an enthusiastic and very appropriate "Holy shit" chant. Sting covers Hobbs in the pile of rubble that used to be a table and picks up the win. An exciting main event in his final in-ring appearance in Jacksonville. So yeah, Sting and Darby Allin won the match. Alright. Allin is noticeably limping out the match, and Sting is super slow to get up. He eventually does, and we see Sting, Ric Flair, and Darby Allin soaking up the adulation from the Jacksonville crowd. Tony Schiavone heads into the ring to get a quick post-match word from Sting. He mentions how March is coming up quick. He asks who Sting's opponent will be for his final match at AEW Revolution 2024. Before he can answer, the theme for the Young Bucks hits, and out comes the elite duo of Nick Jackson and Matt Jackson for the first time since their loss at AEW Full Gear 2023 back in November. The two come out to the top of the stage and simply stare down Sting and Darby Allin in the ring, and making it clear they want to be the ones to share the ring with the duo for Sting's retirement bout at AEW Revolution 2024 in March. Nothing is said, and that is how the annual AEW Dynamite Homecoming special goes off the air from inside Dave's Place, Florida. Thanks for joining. Okay, so that was a good. Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed it. So yeah, it was good, and I enjoyed it and stuff, and yeah, so it was good. Sorry, I had to fix it, kind of. Anyways, that was it, and yeah, I know it was a long video. It's like been doing this, man, for a couple minutes now and stuff. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my time over here on my DVR. So, anyways, and it's 30-something minute video. So, yeah, it was good show and all that stuff, and I loved it, and it was good. Sorry, a good tribute to the great late Brody Lee and stuff, and man, that was good too. 8-man tag team matches, well, the women's too. So yeah. Anyways, that was a good show, and hope the thing was good. But I can't wait for Sting's retirement match in March 3rd of this year. So yeah, I hope. Yeah, it was good. 5 years of AEW. So anyways, that was it for this video, and hope you guys enjoyed this video or not. Like, subscribe, favorite, and so on and stuff. So yeah. Stay warm in the house, because man, this coming Monday's gonna be very cold, and Tuesday and stuff also. But anyways, that was it, and hope you enjoy this video. Not whatever, I don't care. But anyways, that was it. Now see you all in the next video. Laters.